Welcome everyone to the next lecture of Osha training online. Today our topic is machine guarding or machine safety. Our today lecture outlines are the following. First we will discuss what is machine guarding, then areas which need safeguarding or guarding procedure, then the must requirement in machine guarding or the prerequisites which you have to fulfill in machine guarding, and lastly we will discuss some incidents linked with machine work and the eventual results from those incidents. But first, let me show you some visuals before we jump to the topic. You can see that this is a sewing machine. I'm just giving you an example about what is machine guarding. So this is a sewing machine and this is the point of contact or the work area. So it may be hazardous, it may be dangerous for the worker, it may hit or injure the fingers. So we have to protect or guard this machine. So for this we need guarding. So guarding is basically a barricade or a structure around a certain kind of machine in order to protect other workers from its hazardous behavior. You can see in the next picture the worker is working with certain kind of machine. So in that case we also need certain kind of guarding or barricade around the machine so that it cannot result in some injuries or fatalities. Although there might be some higher level of machinery, I am just giving you examples. This is another kind of machine a worker is using. So we need also a barricade around this kind of machine, which is called machine guarding. This is another kind of machine. You can see that this is a machine and we have to build a barricade or a specific structure around the point of contact or the moving part of the machine in order to protect the worker. But remember that the moving part or the part of the machine which is in motion have to be barricaded or guarded, as it is dangerous and hazardous for the worker working with it. You can see in the picture these are gears in the safety, so they are also dangerous because you may have seen certain kind of gears and different kind of machines which are moving or in motion, so they may be dangerous for the worker. So we have to guard them or barricade them. In this picture you can see that this is a sewing machine and this is the point of contact or the moving part, this needle. So we have to barricade this needle as an example so that the worker could not get injured with it. So you have to clear your mind that barricade is a structure built around a machine so that a worker could not get in contact with the point of contact of the machine and cannot get injured. It is also important because a worker will not be able to get in touch or in contact with those moving parts, and workers will be safe while they are working with the machine. So let's jump to the topic. So first we need to know that what is machine guarding. So it is to prevent the worker from different hazardous parts of the machine. So to prevent the worker from the hazardous or the moving part of the machine is called machine guarding. It is of paramount importance in order to protect the worker from certain injuries, as they are preventable if opted for. Machine guarding is really important because it helps in avoiding certain kind of injuries in the workplace, because those injuries are preventable. And how we do it? We do machine guarding for it. The important point is that the moving parts of the machine usually need to be safeguarded. It is the moving part of different kind of machines which have to be guarded or structured around it so that a worker could not get in contact with it. The next point is that what are some of the areas which need safeguarding. Following are some of the points which have to be noted down. The point of operation in the working material such as shaping, cutting. The point where the machine is aimed at is really need to be barricaded. For example, there is a machine which is used for the cutting purpose on a specific material, so the area where the cutting has been done to be safeguarded. The next area is energy transmission part. So all parts of the machinery which transmit energy to the parts performing the task. We have to barricade certain parts of the machine and safeguard them. What does it mean? We have to build a structure around these parts of the machine. What are they? Pulleys, connecting rods, chains, flywheels, gears. So these are some of the parts in different kind of machinery, and pulleys, connecting rods, chains, flywheels, gears, all of these parts are moving parts in different kind of machines. So what is flywheel? For example, it is a moving wheel in different kind of machines and it produce energy. Gears are also moving parts. Connecting rods are used in order to connect certain kind of parts of the machinery. So the moving parts of the machine which move or remain in motion while the machine is doing some task. We have to bear in mind that those parts of the machine which are in motion should have to be safeguarded in order to protect the worker, and it is when the machine is doing some task. The next point is what are some of the requirements in machine guarding. So the first requirement is that ensure safeguarding machine so that the arms, legs or any other part of the worker cannot be touched with the moving parts of the machine. We have to safeguard or guard the machine by building a structure around the point of contact or the moving part so that the moving part of the machinery could not get in contact and injure the arms, legs or other parts of the worker. We have to build safeguard or guard around the machine in such a way that the workers cannot remove or dysfunction it, as it would be useless to say that it is a safeguard. We have to build safeguards or guard in such a way that the worker could not remove it or dysfunction it, as it's hazardous and dangerous. There are scenarios where workers want to remove guards, but it's not recommended. So we have to build such guarding around the machine that the worker could not remove it. The next point is that we have to create guarding in a way that no falling object could hit the moving machinery part. There might be the case that some falling object may fall down on the machine, and in that case we have to barricade the moving parts of the machinery so that the falling object could not get in contact with the moving machinery part. Let us take the case of a man working on the height, and if for instance he fall down in the point of contact of the moving machinery part, so it may result in fatality or injuries. So we have to barricade the moving part of the machinery so that the worker could not get in contact with those machinery parts, or some other falling objects may couldn't come in contact with the moving machinery part. Why we do it? We do it in order to avoid injuries, fatalities or death. Building the safeguard in a way that it does not contradict with the fast working of tasks by the workers. We have to structure the guarding in such a way that it could not get against the fast working of the task by the workers. We have to ensure that the guarding should not decrease the efficiency of the worker. The next point is that guarding in such a way that if the machine needs lubrication, then guarding would remain active in place. Apart from all of the above points we discussed, proper training to the workers is the key. We have to instruct and train the workers of how to use the machine which have the guarding system. So lastly, we have to discuss some of the reasons of the incidents linked with the machine and its effects. So reasons of machine incidents are the following. The first one is no protection or safeguarding. If there is no protection around the machinery moving parts, then there might be incidents. So the first reason is no protection or safeguarding. The second reason is no training to the worker. The third reason is lack of maintenance. We have to maintain and inspect the machinery. The fourth point is not following a proper procedure. If the workers are not following a proper procedure, then there might be incidents. Now if those accidents or incidents happen, then they might have some effect. Body may damage, for example, cuts may happen, limbs crushing. Limbs crushing mean that legs or arms of the workers may be crushed. Fatalities or deaths may also occur in some cases. Injuries due to the power source of the machinery may also happen. There might be electrical shock, burns from the machine if the workers are working with electrical machinery. So these are some of the effects from the machine incidents. In our next lecture, we will discuss some of the safety procedures of the machine, and we have to opt for a proper risk assessment and safety procedure. So I hope guys that you like it. If you have any question, then ask me in the comment section. Thanks, take care and bye.